everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Millie Mills. We have another great edition of Bring It in the House. This is the podcast show that spotlights musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Of course, we have a great leader in the house tonight. She is well known and respected in the community. I could go on and on talking about her, but I'm gonna let you tell her more. Tell you more about what all she has going on for it. She's a founder. She's a CEO, owner, operator, hairstylist, minister, and everything. I could go on. Let's give it up for Aquita, better known as Q.
Hi there. How y'all doing?
Hi, dear. I could go on talking about you, a woman of many hats. You look so beautiful tonight.
Thank you. I
You're
try.
welcome. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for stopping by, and we're just so glad to have you. Now, we always like to open up the show with a shout out to your native town. And I know you told me you're originally from Louisiana, correct?
Yes. So I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I'm from a small town that I like to call the Best Bank. West Bank is what it's called Marrero. And it's
Marrero.
in the metropolitan areas of New Orleans. So, you got the East Bank and the West Bank. So I'm a West Bank girl. Went to John Eric High School. Whoop,
All
whoop.
right. Shout out. You know, you got to always give back to the teachers and the schools. That's beautiful.
Ah, too
Yeah.
many teachers to shout out.
I know, right? So the first time I met you, Q, um, well, you go by Q, right? It's okay if I
Yeah,
say that. I want to make sure.
yeah.
Okay. I shortly after I moved into Austin, I moved from the ATL to the ATX in November of 2018, and I met you guys in early 2019. It was around February at an expo called Feel the Love Music Expo,
Yes.
and you guys were just so sweet, and I was like, oh, they are a wonderful family, and I saw your son, and
Yes.
at that time, I believe you were managing his acting career, right?
Yes.
And do you still manage him?
Actually, we took a break. Now he's into sports and stuff. So I kind of just let him do his own thing right now. He's finding himself right now, in teenagers. So,
Yeah.
right now he's working on a football career and track and field. So he's a sophomore in high school now. And
Oh
so
wow.
we're basically going through the recruitment process for him to go to college.
Okay. And tell everybody what your son's name, so in case they missed it or they're sleeping on him. What is?
Uh, his name is his name is Jermichael Gray, but back then he used to go by Lil Mike. That's him sitting down there on the floor with the dreads in his head. He used to go
Uh-huh.
by Lil Mike. That was his stage name, but now he just go by Jermichael. He likes to keep the two worlds separate, so
Yes.
he don't like his friends at school to know exactly what he used to do,
Yes.
and other people he don't want them to know what he doing now. So
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, of course, we're just so proud of him. I remember that little smile when I first came here. I was like, oh, look, he is so cute. And then you shared with me that he's appeared on some movies. And see, that
yeah,
part I kind of missed. So, let's take a quick look at a snippet of one of the trailers, the movie he was on called, Run With It, the Run with the
Run with
Hunted.
the Hunted. Run with the Hunted. We filmed that one in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I believe in 2018. I think we wrapped
Mhm.
up in 2018, but they didn't show it in the theaters until like 2019, 2020, actually.
2020.
It
Okay.
came out in the middle of the pandemic on Amazon Prime and a couple of other streaming
Mhm.
sites. And then his very first movie was called Support the Girls. He co-starred with Regina Hall. He played a little kid named McCrae, who was one of the sons of one of the main stars, who goes by Jungle Pussy. She's a rapper out of New York. So y'all definitely want to look her up on Instagram and stuff. She's in Brooklyn, New York. And so he played her son in that movie. And Run with the Hunted, he played as a juvenile delinquent. So he was like a part of a pack of young boys that was like kind of runaways and stuff. And so he was the young one in the group, and his name was Jasper in that movie.
Well, let's take a quick look at it and so they can see. I got the trailer right here and see him in action. Here's.
Get down! No one moves, all right? That's just so that you know this is a real gun, that it's loaded. You know the drill. Somebody move. Shoot him. Oh, shit.
I'm Peaches. You hungry? Come on. I have a place to live. People who look out for me. Oscar, this is my family of broken toys.
What we provide here is an education, a way of life, fit only for wolves.
They treating you all right?
Yes, sir.
Man, you got a load of people after you. You killed a man. I'm sure you had your reasons.
Look, you did the right thing. And that girl, she won't ever forget what you did for her. You won't disappear on me, right? Never. I promise.
He ran away 15 years ago. His name's Oscar Gray. We grew up together.
I'll see if I can turn something up. Make it disappear.
They got everything on you. Pictures, files.
They took their shot, and it wasn't a kill. Now we hunting them. Where is she, Les?
The girl? We gotta go. Now. We gave you life. A community. And you wanna bite the hand that fed you.
Everyone here has value. You're a part of something.
Woo! That movie, I didn't get to see that Run with the Haunted. I didn't get to see it, but it has a lot of big name actors in there. I see that.
Yeah. I actually was an extra in there in one of the scenes, one of the bigger scenes when they did that little bank robbery. But I don't think nobody will recognize me because it was just so small of a part.
That's okay though. The experience, I know it was fun because I used to have an agent in Dallas, so I never had any real serious major roles, but a lot of extra roles, and so it's a great experience. So I'm very proud of you, and want to get a quick look if we can at the one Support the Girls, and this is the one that Regina King is in this one, right? I mean Hall, Regina Hall. Yeah, Regina Hall. One moment.
My name is Lisa. I'm the general manager, and my girl just said you got a little disrespectful with her.
Oh, what?
Well, you might have thought you were just having a little fun, but I have a zero tolerance policy on disrespect, so you're going to have to go.
Blow me.
This is a mainstream place. Tubes, screws, and big screens.
Yeah!
Although I will say our strategy is moving, sort of away from boobs and into butts.
You're not wearing a whole lot of clothes, but it's a family place. Like working at Chili's or Applebee's, except the tips are way better.
If you know how to work it.
Notice how I open my mouth real wide when I laugh, like,
Hey! Get off the car.
It's Alexis.
What are your mainstream? Bar and grill. Please, come here, please. Come here.
she's making sick money though.
I just need you to do your job.
There's a guy throwing up in there.
Did they just knock out my cable?
Hey!
Hello?
I'm in the vent.
What are you doing in the vent?
You losing your mind?
Just get in and go.
You're not leaving. You're married to this place.
I do love that highway sound. Close my eyes and it's like I'm at the beach.
You just
shake that thing someplace else. I'm just here for the burger and the fight.
You girls are not nearly hot enough to pull off this kind of bullshit.
You should apologize.
Rule 1, Lisa, no drama.
You really want me to tell a bunch of 20-year-old girls no drama?
You really think that helping someone means you get to tell them how to live their life?
I started this day off crying, so if you ask me, laughing is progress.
It makes such a difference when your boss really cares about you.
Lisa! Feel the sisterhood growing stronger.
Sisterhood, woo!
Oh man! And did you tell me that that movie is on Netflix, right?
Yes, it's actually still on Netflix.
Wow, I'm gonna have to check it out because I didn't get to see that one either. So yeah, definitely.
He's like in the first like 20 minutes of it, and when the video first came on, he was sitting in the background when it first came on in the introduction.
Okay, and that's where I missed that. I missed that part. So if you guys are just tuning in, we are talking with the lovely Aquita. She is founder of Virtuous Connections, and of course, she is operator and owner of Virtual Styles by Q. So if you're in the Austin area and you want to get your hair hooked up,
yes,
this lady is, I mean, she's incredible. I was looking at some of your work, some of the styles that you do, and we're going to flash some of this here so people can see some of your work. Look at that. Incredible. Yeah. Incredible. And then right here, you were telling me earlier, is when you were volunteering for a
shelter. Yeah, so I was doing that. I was called on by someone I used to work with. They do this event, I think once a year, right before it's back to school or whatever, where they take and they help the kids that are in shelters who've been removed from abusive situations and stuff. And so they specifically asked for a Black hairstylist because some of the young ladies had textured hair, and just happened to be I can do pretty much anybody hair.
Yes. Let's take a look at just get a better idea, give everyone a better idea of what your salon is all about.
At Virtual Styles by Q, we provide trendy cuts, colors. We stay up to date on the latest styles, the trends. We provide services for different diverse clientele, children, men, women, the everyday businesswoman to your everyday stay-home mom. We also provide services to those that are in the entertainment industry, whether it's film, music, or print work. So schedule your appointment or consultation today at 512-766-3439, or you can reach me via email at virtuousstylesbyq@gmail.com.
Amazing. Yes, I love it. Oh my goodness, I love that. I didn't and here's I know you said you had upgraded your studio, so
yes. It was a birthday present to myself. I felt like I had been in that smaller studio for like 5 years, and opportunity came for me to get a bigger suite, and I jumped on it because sometimes you in a small suite, you get comfortable. And so I needed something to push me out of my comfort zone because my thing is go hard or go home. And
there
so
you go.
This is my next, and I give myself another 2 years and I'm about to upgrade again. I'm not, the Lord want to do it more sooner than later. I welcome it. I actually now work out of 3 salons. I work at 2 senior locations too. And so I have a second salon that's in Leander, Texas, where I work inside of a senior community that I go to every week. And then I took a contract with another company going to another senior location that I go there maybe once a week, twice a month, something like that. But I'm like, I love what I do. So it doesn't make me no difference. I mean, hair is hair. And I'm about my money, you understand me?
I feel you. And I see you do all kinds of styles, like you said. Silk press, you even braid, you do it all, huh?
Well, I don't braid.
You don't braid? Okay.
I braid to do like sew-ins, crochet, stuff like that, but individual braids, I refer out. I don't mind sharing the wealth sometimes. So, if somebody's good, that, I'm going to slide them some business because, time is money and money's time. And I believe in working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly. I feel you. And in addition to, of course, you got all that going on with hairstyles, but you also have an organization called Virtuous Connections. Is this a nonprofit organization?
Okay, so yes, it's a nonprofit organization. I'm working on incorporating it now that I think I know the direction I want to go with the organization. But basically, it actually started from me working in a salon. So because of the simple fact, I'm dealing with so many women, from your average stay-home mom to your CEOs to your entrepreneurs and stuff. And so basically, over the course of the years and the conversations that I have with a lot of the women, all of them have the same need. They want to belong to something great. They want to be, respected. They want to be loved. They just want community. And so that's where Virtuous Connections came from. But then also, I'm into ministry. And I love marketplace ministry. And so that me behind the salon chair, that's basically my platform. That's my ministry. I have people come in there with all kinds of issues and problems. Some days I feel like I should have been a therapist.
Yeah.
So I'm a hair therapist. I'm like, you come in, you're in a private studio, and people just kind of just kick back and relax and, and just open up. Yeah. And they feel so much better. And I'll be like, oh Lord, I need a vacation.
Because they unloaded on you.
Well, truly, I'm honored that they even opened up to share with me. So that means I've created an environment of warmness that people want to open up and share their problem. I'll be like, girl, I'm gonna be all in your business, and you're gonna be all up in my business before it's all said and done.
Yeah. Yes. That's so great. And then you have a ministry. You're founder of Doves at Ministry of Dance.
Yes.
Tell us about that, Q.
Okay. So when I first moved to Texas, I didn't even know people danced in church. That's how green I was. I love the Lord, but I didn't know the first thing about ministry. And truth be said, I started a group called Doves, which stands for Daughters of Virtue with Excellent Standards. And so it has a two-part. I just haven't opened up the second part of it. So the dance component is what goes. And so I evangelize through dance, different places. I just got back from Hawaii like a month ago, and I ministered there, and I'm going back again next year to minister. So I have been traveling, ministering. I started in Austin, and now God has blessed me to travel to different places to minister. And I'm grooming my 12-year-old daughter, who is also currently Junior Miss Juneteenth 2022 for Central Texas. And so I'm grooming her to also come with me to minister and dance. So as I elevate, she can take my spot.
That's so wonderful. We're just so glad to have you in Austin. I mean, I know you came from New Orleans. It's a beautiful city. Well, why Austin? What brought you here?
Well, actually, I came after Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
I actually was evacuating with a church I had just joined. As a matter of fact, New Year's Eve of 2005. I'm like, 2005. I actually got saved, and I gave my life to the Lord on New Year's Eve, and I joined this church, and I actually prayed my way out of New Orleans because I wanted something different. And I felt like there was more outside of New Orleans for me. And so I came down with that church, and it's pretty much history from there. Once I got what I needed, I chucked in the deuces, and
you're out of there. Yes.
They did their assignment. Their assignment was to get me saved and get me to Austin. And from there, God took the reins and just opened up door after door after door after door.
After door. And you're also too, you're part of the NIA. What did you call that? Networking in
Action. Yes. So it's an amazing group. I mean, for those that are entrepreneurs, it's an amazing group. I mean, we have mixers, we have meetings. It's just amazing. Like, you get to meet a lot of amazing people that you probably would never meet because, you know, most of them are CEOs, they lawyers, they doctors, you know, they like at the top of their game. And I'm like, when you try to get to your next, you've got to surround yourself around people that's like-minded. And
You
so,
do.
you know, I ain't gonna lie, when you Google my name, them people got me looking so good. I be like, Daddy, they talking about me. And then the resources that they give is like, it's like shame on you if you don't take advantage of it.
If you don't, yeah, because they put it right there in your hands, pretty much.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the fact. One of the members came to my last event last year in October when I did my very first Virtuous Connection. And she was like, I got a group you should join. And so I was like, okay. I went to the meeting, and I love how they do the team building exercise. And you have other business people to bounce ideas off so you know what to do. Or if you're doing something wrong, you have a group, a community that you can join. And I mean, they have meetings every single week, sometimes 2-3 times a week, whether it's online or in person, where you just opt in to go and just iron sharpen iron. And
iron. Yes.
And the best part about it, they feed you at every event.
Oh,
every and you know, something like me like to eat.
Yes, I do too. I love to eat too.
Yes.
So maybe I need to join you at one of the meetings, but no, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to find out more. We can talk more after this show. I would love to. That sounds very interesting. And then, of course, they may have had something to do with you being spotlighted on Austin PBS.
Well, actually, no, that was another organization. I actually, at the time, the director of Big Austin, Miss Claudia, actually, who's a native of New Orleans, she kind of took me under her wings, and that's how I did the PBX. It was literally right after I started my career, building my hair career. And so they was looking for people to tell their stories of 10 years later after Katrina. And so that's how I was able to do that interview. And it was amazing. I think now when people Google my business and stuff, I kind of get freaked out because they come and start telling me my whole backgroround. I'm like, do I really want to take this appointment? Because they like got me on scared straight. Because I'm like, what else did you find out?
Well, let's take a look at that. We'll do a little bit because it's more than 3 minutes, but we'll take at least a minute or so and look at the video clip on Austin PBS with Aquita.
So my name is Aquita Gaddis Gray, but I go by Q most of the time. I've been here in Austin now since September 1st of 2005. What brought me to Austin was actually Hurricane Katrina. It was a little adventurous for me. I was a single mom at the time. I decided to, take my faith and my baby and, drive on out of there. So my first time actually riding on the road, as far as doing highway driving. So it was kind of scary because I had never drove outside of New Orleans on any major highways. And so I tell people, I said, when I came to, when I left my house, I left with $100 to my name and those clothes and items and stuff. Me and my daughter, we used to take road trips like in the neighborhoods and just ride around all the time. So for her, it was just like another mommy-daughter adventure, As long as we had good music and snacks, she was okay with it. And so for her, it was like, ooh, vacation. And for me, I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't know where I'm going. I believe when I came to Austin, they had a lot of construction going on and everything looked the same. And I was like, oh my God, how in the world I'm gonna find my way out of here? So it was like huge. And I was like, where are we going at? And it just seemed like the drive would never stop. My first stop was actually in Cedar Park. And when we got to the hotel and people found out we were there, immediately they just started bringing gift cards. That's how I discovered HEB. They immediately bought gift cards. They bought clothes. I mean, it's like they just flooded the lobby before we can even get there. I was also a new Christian that I was like, okay, this is God sending help. So, it wasn't really that bad, but it was good to see that, people really care. I stayed in Austin, to be honest with you, to leave was an answer to a prayer. I wanted something different. I wanted to experience something different. And I said that because when I left New Orleans, I was just barely out of my teens. And so it was a lot of growth. I had to grow physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. If it took for, God to send that storm in just to save me from the place of where I was, then I'm thankful. I'm not thankful.
Amen. That was really good. I wish we had time to watch the whole thing. We should have done an hour.
YouTube, and they can pull it up
on YouTube. You guys can always follow her on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You're all over social media, right?
Just mainly Facebook and Instagram, but I will say whatever platform I'm on, I got 4.8 stars to 5 stars on every platform.
Amen. Amen. I know everybody loves you, Q. Everybody loves you. How's your family? How's your mother?
Oh, everybody is good. My mom just left a couple of weeks ago to go back to New Orleans. My grandmother, she moved back to New Orleans. So it kind of frees me up a little bit more to do more of my kids. But look like the free time I do have, my kids take it, and my boyfriend take the other half.
I understand. A woman is very busy on the go. And I know you have a support team. I believe all the people you named, that's your support, right?
Yeah, for the most part, that is my support team. I mean, it didn't change drastically in the last couple of years, but I understand not everybody can handle the assignment or the journey, but I thank God for the replacements, because the replacements was better than the ones that were there beforehand. But as you elevate and you develop, not everybody can go with you to your next. Not everybody wants to do what is required of them to go to the next level. And it's not that I don't love them, but it's just that I can't carry you anymore.
Exactly. And that's so important. Just share with us a little bit, elaborate a little more on how important it is to have a good, solid support team.
It's a lot, because I will keep going and going and going and going, and then finally it's like I would crash. And so now that I have a better support team, most of the time it's my boyfriend Kyle. He's always like, Q, you need to slow down, or come over. And it's like I'll go over and just crash out. And it's just so it's really good, because sometimes I will push myself to the max and just keep on going, and then finally I'll just crack, just drop where I stand at. And so now, because sometimes you're not always aware, your mind is constantly going. As women, we like to thinkery, and our mind just keep on going. So it's good to have people around you to tell you to slow down. I have my best friend, one is a hairstylist, the other one is in ministry. So my two friends, they always keep me balanced, and it's like I call them, I can vent, talk about stuff, we talk. But, at the end of the day, we empowering each other and, motivating. One is Quinn and the other one is my friend Dawn. And so we always motivating each other. And, I have a few other little people here and there for different things and stuff. My spiritual mom, which she's going to be at my conference next week, So, it's good to have that support system, and also having some people that's genuinely praying for you.
Yes.
Not talking about you, but praying for you,
Praying for you, yes.
Even my dad, he gets on me, but yet he still do his thing. My mom, she'll come down and help me out, organize my life for a couple of days, and then she shoots that off. So, every little bit helps, and it's like you don't really think about it when you're in the midst of things, but then at the same time, when you take a moment, you slow down and you stop, it's like, oh, wow. I'm glad it's there, because like I said, you're going, and but it's good to have people who's not afraid to take control and be like, look here, this is what you about to do. I don't care what you tell me, but this is what you about to do right now. You're gonna sit down over there and you're gonna go rest your nerves. I got this.
Yeah. Yeah. You do need that sometimes. Exactly. And you just mentioned about your conference coming up, I believe, next weekend.
Yes. I'm nervous and I'm excited all at the same time. This is actually my first conference I have done by myself. I have assisted with many other people, supported other people. And I was like, you know what? It's my time to do something great too. And so this is what I like to call marketplace ministry, because I get to take the world of entrepreneurship and ministry, two of my passions, and put it together. And like I was saying earlier, this basically came from the conversations I had from women in the chair. We talk about finances, we talk about health and mental health, and we need somebody to encourage us, to uplift us. And sometimes when you are an entrepreneur or you're in corporate America, life happens where you don't really have the time to really focus on going to church or doing this or being a part. It's not the fact that you don't want to do it, it's just time doesn't allow it. And so you look at right now with the economy and the cost of living, and also, oh my God, everybody in the house got to work to just be able to survive. And so it's like, to be a single parent, you have to work 2 jobs, or you have to do this. I mean, everybody got to work, even the children. I'm putting them to work too. I'm like, go sweep up some hair, go do something. I'm trying to find everybody a job so they get out of my pockets. But anyway, it's like, it's a time of refreshment, it's a time of encouragement, because I meet so many women. It's like they have a desire to do things, but they don't know what step to make. And so one thing I'm really good at is networking and connecting like-minded people. And so I'm like, since I'm the middle person, let me get everybody on one platform and just minister to them, empower them, and let them know, yes, you have the audacity. To win. And so, and when I think about audacity, I think about, the woman with the alabaster box. How she prepared Jesus to go to the cross, and everybody else, because they didn't see what God seen or what Jesus seen, they talked about it. I'm like, okay, I used to be her. I said, we all ex something, we all got some kind of background, but where you came from is where you're going. And so where I came from helps me to be in this position today, to be able to minister to those women when they come and get their hair done. When I'm dealing with young girls, and my heart is youth ministry. I love working with the kids, I ain't gonna lie. But, God has developed me to be able to have that same compassion for women and anybody else that want to do better. Because I'm like, we can all make excuses. We got the same 24 hours in a day. And it's all about what you're doing in 24 hours. I'd say the only thing different between me and a millionaire is our bank account.
Exactly. We're out of time. I really hate that we're out of time. But tell us real quick where where the event is going to be, and if there's tickets or anything involved. Actually, the event is free. It's next Saturday at the Embassy Suites Arboretum over off of Stone Lake. It's 2 services on Saturday and Sunday. There's a morning half, which is a workshop, an evening worship service on Saturday. And then Sunday morning, we're having Sunday brunch at Steiner Ranch Steakhouse off of 620 in Steiner Ranch from 10 to 1. And then we come back at 6 o'clock for evening worship service and closeout service. But the conference itself is free. But the brunch, you just pay your $40 and it includes your meal and everything. We have a private dining room, and we're going to have 2, maybe even 3 dynamic speakers talking about the heart of a mother and potentially the heart of a father. So, amen. You guys have heard it, Aquetta, because I said Aquita, but it's Aquetta. And of course, if you want to get your hookup as far as your hairstyles in the Austin area, you know what to do. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Thank you. So much. Thank you. Thanks for having me out. You're very welcome, and you can always come back to see us. Okay. Yes. Okay. We'll see you guys next week on Bring It in the House.